Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and round 2 of trying to get range a little bit more generic. So I think this will work if I do something like this. And the only reason it's giving a warning is because I don't have equals and hash code defined. So I think this should work. This will also force that you have to have a start and an end, and there's no parameter-less constructor. Partition can be abstract, and then the implementer has to implement it. One thing that was interesting here is IEqualityOperators takes as the result, it has to be is bool. And I'm like, really? It has to be bool. Because bool is a struct. You can't inherit from it. So what else would you pass in here? Int? Like that would make no sense. Unless I did int here and int here. Oh, I guess that would work. Oh, okay. I was reading that wrong. The actual interface doesn't say the result has, it's saying it is this because that's what I've closed the generic as. So, okay, never mind. Which is kind of interesting that you can do these operators without having to actually return that specific value. Okay. One thing I want to check here real quick is if I say public seal class some thing, which derives from thing, which that's terrible syntax. There we go. And that's perfectly fine. And then what it should do is if you do equals, I would imagine it would call this, and then we'll have our logic in here to do the equality. Okay, so let's give this a whirl. Let's say we're going to make this a public abstract class range of t. What are you barking about? Yes, we'll get there. Shut up. And then we'll say range of t bool. And this will be a protected range. So that goes away. Now what are you barking about? Yeah, that's right. We have to make these this and this. And then we have to do that down here because we're no longer structs. And we want to say A equals B, otherwise false. And then, what is that complaining about? Possible, yeah, because now this could be null. I think we kind of did all this yesterday, but we have to do it again. Other is not null. If that's true, then we do this. Whoops, too aggressive. That. Otherwise, false. That should take care of that one. This one, yeah, we want to say that the values. The thing I also realize is when we create a derivation of the thing for the partition, is that even going to work? We're going to find out. So, any throw if null value. There. What are you complaining about? No. We're expecting that in this case you actually have to provide a value here. I really wish, and I think it was when you did this, in a way, I wish they would have kept it because I could have kept my expression bodied syntax. I wouldn't have to make a block body. I wouldn't have to add that line in. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What do you? Oh, yeah, that's actually true. Thank you. Was not thinking. Okay, that's good. Intersect. Yes, this is the same problem we ran into before with the interface because we can't new up one because it's abstract, which kind of stinks. In fact, it really stinks. We're going to ignore everything with that. Yeah, we can't shift new there either. We could do this if we want a mixture of a abstract type and a base type that you really shouldn't use. Like if I did this, I could say it's a class. And then lately this is protected because the only way that works, not necessarily the best, but it works. Okay. And then, yeah, we could do a null check. I wish this was updated to do a, like that. Yeah, then you're all good. And now the intersect works and this works and everything works. Okay, let's do a, what are we going to call this one? And then here, the idea is to say throw not support exception. You must call partition on a derived instance. And you wouldn't be able to do it anyway because you can't create an instance of range because it's protected. You have to provide a, this feels odd, but it actually feels like it's tickling my brain. So, okay. It's interesting too that this actually would be like the right thing to do, but we can leave that as a exercise for the interested subclass. Okay, so we're going to say public virtual mutable array range, and then we're going to say throw new not supported exception must call from a derived implementation of range of t. There. Okay, so I binary integer. So we're going to have a public sealed class binary integer range of t that derives from range of, is this the way I want to do it? And then what's this barking about? The interface I binary integer cannot be used as a type argument. Static member I binary integer pop count does not have a supposed. Why is this so hard for me to get my head around? Where t is I number. Jeez. So do that and then say where t is I binary integer of t. The range t requires a t parameter to be filled derived type. That's what it's saying? No. The range of t type requires a t to be filled with a derived type. I am a little confused. Unless we do. But that doesn't make any sense. Maybe this is too early in the morning for me to think of. I'm being really stupid here. Unless it's a t here, and that's a t. But it's not going to like that. The range of t type requires a t parameter to be filled with the derived type. Okay. Yeah, you can't suppress that. You just can't. Well, I guess you could. Okay. Yeah, that's just saying that this is unreachable code. Okay, hold on. Well, strike two on this, and I don't know how to get around this. I'm really, really confused. I put this in SharpLab, and again, I'm not saying SharpLab is the be-all, end-all, but SharpLab is just using the C# compiler underneath the scenes. And here it's not failing. I literally copied and pasted all the code for range in here. And the only warnings are what I'm getting for this thing that I tried to do above. And this is fine. It's saying this is okay. So I don't understand what I'm doing here that's causing this to be such a pain in the butt. That is that. And it's defined the same way up here. I mean, it is literally the same thing. So I'm stuck again. I don't know what to do to... I mean, what's interesting is that this is actually... I think it's a warning. Because you can suppress it. Of course, it says, do not suppress a warning from this rule. Well, yeah, but I don't really know why this is failing this way. Yeah, and again, this is just because I do the throw exception there. So I feel like I'm hit a wall again. I don't understand why this is failing the way it is. And if I do something like this, okay, oops, let's get the P in there because otherwise it's going to complain. That still didn't grab the P. Fine, whatever. Oh yeah, sorry, I already did that. But wait, why when I did that again? See, now it's doing that. But if I comment all this out, then it goes away. That is the only definition. Okay, I'm just flailing at this point. I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. This doesn't happen. There's only one of these, right? Yeah. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm thoroughly stuck. I'm going to have to play with this off camera. Something's weird. I mean, when I uncomment this, yeah, I mean, there's duplicate class definitions and everything else, and I totally understand where that suddenly breaks things. But it also feels like by doing that, that's what caused this to suddenly give the same error that I'm seeing here. And there has got to be something different between these two that's causing this to fail as badly as it is. And I cannot see for the life of me what the problem is. Like even again, when I copied all this code over here, it does not fail this way. There cannot be another range defined somewhere. Is there? There's range extensions. Those are all just the range types. This is my class range. I have no idea. Yeah, that didn't matter. I thought maybe by just changing the name to something completely different, it would suddenly not get a conflict with whatever it thinks it is. But that's not the case. I really don't know. And I've been saying that for the last 5 minutes, which doesn't make this helpful. This is just so frustrating. I thought this would be an easy thing to do. I really thought, oh, I could have a generic range type. I could have derivations of it that would handle that as a binary integer and a floating point. And this is just fighting me tooth and nail. And I'm really struggling understanding why I can't do this stuff. It's very, very frustrating. I don't know if you can tell. I'm very frustrated, especially when I do this and that works just fine. I literally copy the code in here and it works just fine. There's no problems, no errors. Nobody's barking at me. Everything is just fine. Nothing's telling me that this has to be of a specific filled type. So I have to stop. And I'm going to look at this. There has to be a reason why this is working here and not working in Visual Studio. So we'll see. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.